Greetings, everybody. I am Eve, the empath, your spiritual transformational specialist, and I am here to affirm your intrinsic value. I hope you all are doing well today on this moon day. We're going to have some readings. We're going to do some readings. I do want to mention that all of these will be uploaded to YT, so if you happen to miss the live, it's okay. But today is my first day back since probably June doing these, so I'm super excited to have each and every one of you on my live. Thank you for coming. This is the first time that I've ever not had anyone in my community pop in right away. So it's quite different for me. Hello, Nini. Welcome in. Thank you for liking the live. Hello, Cadence. Thank you for coming in and liking the live. Hello, is it Will? Hi, Will. Thank you for coming in. And Ronnie, if you were new to this particular channel, please go ahead and drop your sign and let us know where you are from. Hey, Miss Sue. Thank you for being here. Hello, Kashia. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hello, Annabelle. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing our energies to connect. How are you feeling, Miss Sue? Hello, EK. Welcome in. Welcome in. Incredible hair. Welcome in. For the love of Bree. Hi. How are you, darling? Welcome in. So good to see you. Elizabeth, if you're brand new here, go ahead and drop your sign. Let us know where you're from. Drop your sign and let us know where you're from. We are going to get started with readings in just about 2 minutes. Hello, Monique. Welcome in. How are you? If I missed your name, I apologize. Hello, Jay Camp. Welcome in. How are you? Cancer Energy. Welcome in. Water Sign Energy. Arizona. Negrin. Welcome in. Who is that? Cancer Energy is coming in with a new beginning. The Fool popped out as I was even saying your name. So I just wanted to make sure I acknowledge that. There's some new opportunities, new beginnings. Trusting in the whimsy of life. I just wanted to throw that out there for you. Again, brand new day coming in on the second day of the full moon. Hopefully you have released some of the things that have been holding you back. Some of the new things that you have been holding back in your life. It is a good time to celebrate the fact that you are still breathing and on this earth. It could be very difficult for some of you guys. A lot of you guys may have been feeling quite heavy in these last couple of weeks as we round out the end of Mercury retrograde. But remember, Mercury retrograde is your friend. It is not your frenemy. It is your friend. It is a great opportunity for you to pull in new light, to recognize areas where you have not completed your mission, completed the lesson, completed a cycle, and it gives you a beautiful way to release by acknowledging that which is still inside. Remember, healing is not linear, it is cyclical. So you will learn in multiple ways, and you have to trust that. Trust that the work that you are doing is working. Trust that the work that you are doing is actually benefiting you. It's benefiting your legacy. It's benefiting your heart. It's benefiting you in so many ways. As you are part of the collective, you are also helping the collective heal. Monique, you're right. It has been quite heavy. A lot of friction. It's so funny because it's been months since I've been here. And in those months, we elected a new president. In those months, we have indictments of what are they? Entertainers. There's so much that has happened, and it feels sad, and it feels like separation, and it feels like all the work that we are doing is for nothing, right? Sometimes we are like, well, I thought we were making progress, and what about this, and what about that? Those are all illusions. So if you find yourself in a trigger point in an area of your life where you feel like something that has happened has really stunned you or hurt you or impacted you in a way that doesn't feel safe and doesn't feel like you're loved, or you feel separated, or you feel segregated against something, remember, it is all an illusion. It is an illusion. It is an illusion, even if it feels so real. Anyone on this live ever watch Bashar? Anyone ever watch Bashar? Hi Loki, Third Eye Candy, welcome in. Anybody watch Bashar? He's often that like extraterrestrial type being that will do channels for folks. And a lot of times you will hear like those channelers will share with you the experience from highlight, right? And when I mean from highlight, I mean from outside 3D reality in more of a 4D, 5D reality and beyond. Things that we don't usually, that we can't fathom in this reality because it's either not a part of where we are or it's not a part of our collective consciousness as of yet. Well, understand that most of the things that we're experiencing now are helping us to connect to that higher realm of consciousness, right? So being more in tune with that light beingness, and you will see separation. And separation feels like, if you've ever had to separate the whites from the yolk whenever you're making a certain recipe, it's tedious. You have to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And that back and forth allows for the goo around the white to separate from the yolk, the deep heaviness of the yolk. And if you could think about the yolk being the thing that's convoluting the space that we're in, the separation is just that. So what you're seeing is really you're returning back to more of a light body when you allow yourself to go into that mind space, okay? So don't allow this to happen. So today we're going to read from 3 decks. Each one of the signs that I'm doing today, I'm going to read from my Herb Crafters deck for you all. I'm going to read from my Psychic Heart deck for you all. And I'm going to read from the Wisdom of the Wisdom of the Oracle, which is my favorite. And she's a funny little deck, so I'm going to just say that. If you are new here, please drop your sign. Let us know where you are from. And give me just a second as I send this out to some of my folk who just don't know that I'm back. Some of them know, but I didn't tell everybody. Boom. 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 Here we go. All right. You from Tennessee. Oh, Third Eye Candy. Is that 888? Gemini from Tennessee. So we're currently in that full moon in Gemini. Miss Sue, how are you feeling today? Thank you guys for liking the live. I'm truly grateful. And I want to make sure I let you guys know that for the next few weeks I will reintegrate for my top my top gifter a mini read. So if you are my top gifter, you do get a personal mini read on the live today. Taurus from Oregon, Soul Shine. Okay. You're feeling tired. Are you giving yourself the space to rest? Hello from Jamaica. Hello, Silent Ellis. Welcome in. What's your sign? And we will be doing by elements. We're doing elementals. Thank you for the gift. Big Girl Fashionista, welcome in. Denise Starling, welcome in. Morg, welcome in. Pisces from California. Okay, thank you, Pisces. Will Jessica ever come back for me? I'm not doing yes or no's, but Spirit did say, like, if somebody ever jumped out at you, just to go ahead and mention them. So if anything ever comes out for me, I will. Hello, Pisces from Sweden. Welcome in. Soulshine energy. What sign am I? What sign do you think I am? Let's play a little guessing game. What sign do you think I am? Hello, Monique. Hello, Charlie. It's T. McGee. Welcome in. It's so good to see you. Gosh, a lot has changed, it feels like, since the last time we were here. So who are we going to do first? Welcome in, Scorpio. What element are we going to do? Water, earth, fire, or air? Hello, Lindsay. Welcome in. Let me see. You are a Leo. That's an interesting one. Okay. Anyone else want to take a guess? Oh, you're saying, Patricia's saying I'm a Scorpio. Don't know. But Your first impressions feels like a Pisces. Okay, interesting. Hello, Curtis Ray. Welcome in. My guess for you was okay. Your guess was Scorpio. Okay, got it. Anybody else want to take a stab at it? You think I'm a Virgo? Okay. Hello, Nitty. Oh, welcome in. Caddy Ortega. Oh, welcome in. Last chance to guess which I think I am. Most of the people who normally follow me, they know. Okay, Brandon is a Scorpio. I could see Pisces, Virgo, or Leo. LOL. Okay. You sound like my daughter when you said that. I could so hear her. She's an Aries. LOL. A Taurus. All right, Kahina. Taurus energy. So I give Earth vibes. Okay. One more guess. Anybody else? Anybody else? Greg, welcome. Who are we doing first, guys? Patrick William. What did it say? Well-rounded. Well-rounded. Okay, I got it. Aquarius energy. Okay, air wants to go first. Got it. Miss Piggy, Scorpio, welcome in. All signs. I mean, technically we all have all signs, and I am a Leo. So whoever it was who guessed Big Leo, that would be me. Yes, I am in fact a Leo. I am in fact a Leo. Yep. Don't have no Pisces in my chart. It sit on the outskirts of my chart. Yeah, Lioness. Blue Lioness on Spotify if you ever want to follow one of my playlists. Okay, so we're doing air first. Any air signs in the house? Aquarius. Aquarius energy. Hold on one second. Did I send this out to Hala? Let me send this to Hala. Oh, what is his name? In my phone. D-E. There we go. Boom. All right. Oh, wow. Okay. Aquarius, Libra, and Aquarius, Libra. My brain is stuck. Gosh. Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Come on, y'all. Gemini, Leo, Virgo. Is that your top three? Third eye candy. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Sue. Gemini moon. Okay. Holy Spirit, angels, and guides, thank you for giving me clarity for our collective today. Looking for the energy, the collective energy of our air signs. Pulling from that air energy, Gemini. Pulling from that air energy, Aquarius. Pulling from that air energy, Virgo. Grand Rising, Hala. All right. Out the gate, when it comes to your heart, when it comes to love in the air signs, there's an energy of mastering your heart. Some of you guys still have a cage around your heart. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Angels and guides, give me a general message for all of our air signs. General message for our air signs. What is in their best and highest good from their oversoul? Oversoul energy for our air signs. Oversoul energy from our air signs. Only one card, y'all. This oracle is highly hilarious. I don't know if any of you guys practice divination, but sometimes you'll have different decks and they have their own personality. If you spend the time with them, they'll really kind of show up for you. Now, in this last deck, I'm going to give you guys an herb. That herb is really going to be for your benefit. If it's coming out for your collective, there could be something very beneficial for you. That's just how the readings are going to go today. I don't know how much channeled energy I'm going to put into these readings, but I will be on here till 6:30. And again, my top gifter will get a mini read today. Top gifter. Oh, wow. I've missed you all. I could see this energy. Some of you guys are in it's a state of flux for you. It's interesting because it's actually what we talked about in the beginning, how we were splitting into this this reality of hello, Miss Nita Bell. We are splitting into this energy of like separating the dense energy for the lighter energy, and that's what's coming in also for our beautiful air signs. So I love that for you guys. You have the opportunity to walk into a different reality, a quantum reality. It's showing up in a very positive way. There is some resistance when it comes to my air signs right now, and it's in the area of your heart, especially when it comes to love. Some of you guys might be feeling like a little crunch or a pinch when it comes to your intimate relationships. And I say that is because there is resistance here in the heart space. The resistance comes from you, not from your partner. So if you have a partner that's coming in and it feels like they're slightly distant, it feels like if your partner feels distant, or if it feels like your partner is not pouring back into you, the energy that you're experiencing is really the cage that you have. It's the walls that you have built, and it's intentionally keeping out the connection that you're desiring, the deep connection that you're desiring with that partner. And this could be from any type of childhood trauma. The way Spirit is showing it to me is quite interesting, because what it feels like is you're being asked to be vulnerable. Your vulnerability will do one or two things. It's either going to chase people away, push people away, or it's going to pull people closer. And I feel like there's a fear. And when you look at the card really close, you can see that as you step into this new reality, you're in a space of, like I said, flux, where things are a little bit gray. Things are a little bit less certain. You're still very calm in this space that you're in, but the direction in which you are going is leading towards more growth. It's leading towards more opportunity. It's leading towards your creativity. It's leading towards growth and connection. It's also leading towards like children. So some of you guys, if your desire is to have more children, or to be in connection with more children, even working in a field with children, that's also coming up for you in this space. One herb for our collective air signs. There's also this beautiful energy that's coming in of spirit realm creatures that really want to connect with you. When I say spirit realm creatures, I mean like nature. This is a good time for you to really connect to your nature beings, specifically birds. If you're called to different birds like ravens and crows and hawks, also blue jays are showing up in this space, right? So it's an opportunity for you to connect with your spirit guides that are also in form of like birds or butterflies. The color blue is actually coming up very significant for you right now. And blue is in that root chakra energy. Remember, it's the throat chakra energy. So it's a good time for you to also be more expressive. And, oh wow, so thank you, Spirit. In the space of expression is vulnerability, because you don't get to control the outcome of what is spoken. Your spoken word, you don't get to choose the effect. You're the cause, you send it out, right? So here is a space, here's an opportunity for you to really build your voice. If you've been struggling with speaking your truth, like having a conversation or being able to voice concerns or even love or appreciation for a person, this is a really good time for that, especially with the mastering of the heart. The heart chakra is very important, or is influential for you guys, right? In this air space. So if you're an air sign, heart chakra is in this space. In order for you to have the deep level of connection that you want, it requires you to be vulnerable. And vulnerability is expressing I love you. Like, it is very difficult for an individual to say to someone that I love you without knowing how that other person feels. And to not take it personal if that person isn't on that same wave as you, because it doesn't necessarily mean that they will be, but it also doesn't mean that they can't be. You understand what I'm saying? So there's a lot of potential here walking into this new space. Thank you, Holy Spirit, angels, and guides, for a clear message. Last message for our beautiful air signs. What is the last message for our beautiful air signs? Air signs. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. For your best and highest good. Best and highest good. Best and highest good. I don't know if the name Powell means anything to anybody. as an air sign if you're related to a Powell, but that is coming in very, very strong. Also, lemons are coming in. Lemons, lemonade. Maybe you're making lemons out of lemonade or making lemonade out of lemons, but that energy is coming in very strong for you as well. Thank you. Last but not least, we have the gold seal. So if you guys are dealing with anything physical, golden seal is actually a powerful healing herb, and it heals the body in lots of ways. Batteries need acid. I don't think I got that one. But the 5 of water can also, the 5 of water or the 5 of cups can also represent emotion, a space where your emotions could be overrun, right? It represents a space where, because your 5s represent your freedom, it represents change. So there could be certain things in your life that feel overwhelming or overrun with emotions, which makes a lot of sense. But this golden seal helps to calm the energy. So your herb crafter's message for you today is, when it comes to your 5 golden seal, seek healing waters to ease your mind, to ease your pain, and to restore your heart. Your clear heart restores your vision. Golden hope dwells deep underground. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but this is the second time that they've talked about your heart space. So if you've been dealing with any kind of heart issues, if you've been dealing with any kind of heart pain, heartache, even trying to connect in your heart space, especially having to master your heart, right? You're caged in. This is an opportunity for you to shift that, especially with this new card, which is saying to you, you're between worlds. You're switching from one space to another. Hello, how are you, Aubrey? I appreciate you for coming in and to say hello. Again, the part of your life that has felt very cloudy, very gray, is now moving into a space where you feel more clear, more happy, more peaceful, more abundant, more rich. And also there's a lot of sacral energy here, and that sacral energy is where you create. You create from your sacral realm. You create in the space of that energy, so that you can create your world, so that you can grow your world, right? So it's very important for you right now. Your in between worlds card, the oracle message is for you, and then we'll go on to the next element. Your message here is, right now, transitions are not being quite out of the situation and fully engaged in another. Temporary blindness, no man's land. Hello, Miss Jennifer. How are you? Hi, Stephanie. It says, between the worlds is where you must go and let go of the tendency to make assumptions. We talk about this all the time in our 4 agreements class. Do not make assumptions, right? Because on the other side of an assumption is something that you really don't know. I'm excited to be back. I'm not going to even lie to you. I'm excited to re-engage with the community, to attract new people. You too, Aubrey. Thank you so much, and thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. I'm excited. I'm excited for old friends being here still. I'm excited for new people who come in and experience our community. And those who subscribe, who get a chance to have those subscriber readings. I'm excited for that as well, because ain't nobody gonna give you a subscriber reading like we get up in this community. I'm just saying, if you ain't never been part of it, I'm just saying, it's a beautiful gift. I don't want to take anything personal as well. Great advice, right? We don't take anything personal. So between the worlds is where you must let go of the tendency to make assumptions. This is a time where you were unable to see what is ahead. And sometimes, again, when we're in that transitional period, it is very difficult for us to see what's in front of us. Yesterday, I was having a conversation with my mom, and we were talking about the scriptures, right? That a man can't serve 2 masters. And what does that really mean? A man can't serve 2 masters, because he's going to love one and hate the other. I can't devote equal amount of attention to 2 different entities at the same exact time, all at once, and expect the same results, right? So think about it from a stock market perspective. I don't know if any of you guys ever follow like finance or stock market, but from a stock market perspective, the way the market works is there are areas of the market that are inverse of each other, meaning when one is doing well, the other one is plummeting, and when the other one is doing when the other one is plummeting, the other one is rising, right? So imagine your manifestations are working inverse of each other, in the sense of, if I'm focused on my fear, it is working in inverse of my faith. If I am working in love, if I'm working in love, it is in inverse of my fear. And it doesn't mean that I don't exist in both realms. Like I don't have energy. Hi, Miss Lulu. It doesn't mean that I don't have energy in both realms, because fear is a common reality of this planet, right? It is one of the biggest assets and aspects that we have. And I say assets and aspects because fear can propel you into something very beautiful. Hello, Miss Sarah J. Fear can propel you into a space that you really didn't realize you can go to. Like one time my brother-in-law had a conversation with me and I said, this is what I want. And he was like, you can't get that because it has to go through this, it has to go through this, it has to go through this, and it has to go through this. Now at the time, I didn't realize he was a troll. And then second, I didn't realize that by him saying what I couldn't do was going to propel me into what I could do. I can show you better than I can tell you. You ain't going to get to tell me what I'm not going to do and what I cannot attract and what I cannot bring into my life, right? So in that moment, I was like, yeah, you got me fucked up, and I'm going to move forward. And I literally meditated on what I wanted. And the thing is, when I meditated on what I wanted, in the moment, I didn't know my life was going to have so many shifts and turns, which is what is indicative of your card right now. You're in a space of shifts and turns. But once I got into that space of this is what I truly desire, then everything else started to align with that. And it started mostly when I started to become more conscious. When we were reading the 4 agreements the very first time, I started to not take as many things personal. I really stopped making assumptions about people, about situations, and I started to hold myself accountable. And that's the other part of it for my beautiful air signs. You have to hold yourself accountable. You have to hold space for accountability in your own life. You have to hold space for accountability in your own life. You have to be able to say, yes, this is what I'm accountable for. But it doesn't mean that I have to suffer because I'm taking on accountability. That's where this golden seal is really gonna show up for you. And I say that in the sense of, it helps you to heal the areas where you're still holding stagnant energy in your heart. And that's what I have for you today. Trust the process, cultivate curiosity, get excited about life. Thank you for your gift, Nita Bell. You are done learning the lessons of recent experiences. You are done, right? I don't have to hold my heart in the cage anymore. I can move outside of the cage and be vulnerable and say, hey, this is what it is. And if that person doesn't accept it, that's okay. Guess what? It gives you the space to attract what is really in alignment for you, right? I'm not going to just hold on. I'm not just going to hold on for the sense of holding on. I'm going to release what doesn't need. The cage is about release. And when I release that, I open up my space, my heart center, for what's in alignment with me. Is that not a good thing? I think that's a beautiful thing. Walking into a new world. Miss Sue, thank you so much. Feels good today. I feel good today too. I'm so glad to be here with you all. Y'all, you are done learning the lessons of recent experiences in this place. Between what was and what will be is a state of making and unmaking and making again. It is a space of making, unmaking, and making again. What is essential now is to admit not knowing. There is a great freedom and power in unleashed, a mystery that is not yours to understand, but it weaves the web of life. I'm going to say this. If you have been seeing spiders, a lot of spiders in your life, webs and spiders, it is your opportunity for you to start weaving your life with intention. That is actually the message of the spider. And if it has babies, there's abundance there. So just keep that in mind. And that's what I have for our beautiful, beautiful air signs. Who we doing next? Water, fire, and earth. Water, fire, and earth. Who's next? Water, fire, and earth. Earth signs, let's go. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Okay, we had some fire. We had some water. Ooh, okay. I see y'all. Lulu. Hello, Laura Bay. Where are my earth signs at? If you are new here, drop your sign. Let us know where you are from. Earth signs. Taurus, Capricorn, Taurus, Capricorn, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, Virgo energy. Any Virgo energy in here? We got any Virgos in here? Virgo, sun, moon, rising. I'm doing well, darling. I feel much better too. My body is healing amazingly. I'm super grateful. Plus, I go get acupuncture on a weekly basis. Thank you for the follow. Capricorns, okay, let's go, Capricorns. Let's get it. Virgos, okay, Virgos, let's get it. Does Jesse really? You know what? Jesse really does love you. Wow. There could be some resistance in the way they are vulnerable with you. And I'm not getting committed energy, but I do get love. Actually do get love. It was my sacral said yes. That was a yes. Yeah, I'm excited. Come on, earth signs, let's go for the best and highest good in the oversoul of the collective for our beautiful earth signs. What is the message that is going to resonate most? What is the message that is going to be for their best and highest good to help them through today? Cap moon. Okay, that Capricorn moon ain't no joke, is it? Ooh, perfectionist. All right, we have embrace. The embrace card is a card of preparation. Embrace is a card of preparation. I see your heart space is growing. I see the strength card here coming in for you guys. So looking at these two cards together, it lets me know that embrace the change that's happening in your life. There's good and positive energy coming through. Understand that you have to be in preparation for the new things. And I want you to think in the sense of I'm bodybuilding, right? When I'm bodybuilding, I'm actually working out. And when I work out, I'm tearing down old microfibrils, right? And building up new ones so that I can build my strength and tenacity, right? That's what's showing up for you. As you are welcoming in this new space in your life that you're ready to embrace, it's going to require some strength because you're walking into new territory, something that you've never experienced before. This could be in the areas of love and finance. This could be in the areas of a new job. I need clarification on my life, on my love life, without putting my business and blast on here. I do have, if you want to do a personal reading with me, I do have my own website, evetheempath.com. You can check out my the links in my bio, but my website is not in there. evetheempath.com. You'll see my picture on the page, and you can book a private with me. If you want to just get a general mini today, it's the top gifter. So whoever is my top gifter at the end will get their reading. Will Jesse marry me? I don't know. I told you earlier, I'm not getting committed energy. I get love, but I don't get commitment. I get love energy. I don't get necessarily commitment. Yeah. My soul is talking to me very heavily and says that there's some inner work that you got to do, and that's in the space of there's a lot of reassurance that you need in your life. There's a lot of reassurance and emotional reassurance that you need, and it could be from like dealing with like rejection, especially like early life rejection, like from children, from friendships and stuff like that. Maybe you had some sort of friend that stabbed you in the back that was like really, really impactful, or you could have had like an early rejection from what feels like a parent. That energy still is with you, and there's some work that needs to be done around that. Okay, so back to our beautiful earth signs. Thank you, Spirit. We have the yin energy here. So some of you guys don't know how to receive. If you are a earth sign, I would say that there's a lot of resistance to your feminine energy here. And when I say resistance to your feminine energy, hello, Keys. How are you, sweetheart? When I say there is a lot, and I'm currently on earth signs. I've done air, I'm on earth. When I say there's resistance to the feminine energy, I mean, you don't know how to receive. Like, you have a hard time receiving. When someone wants to help you, be like, oh, I got it. When somebody wants to give to you, you might say, okay, I'm going to take this gift, but then you want to automatically think about what you got to do for them next, because you're constantly trying to keep up. There's an energy of you trying to there's resistance to receiving. And for some of you guys, if you have an issue with if you have a desire for like certain types of love and relationships, or even certain types of jobs, you have to embrace wow, things here. You got to be welcome. You got to welcome it in like open arms. You have to be more receptive to it. And with the yin in reverse, that's the principle of receiving. That's that feminine principle. Some of you guys could have heavy masculine energy in your chart. Hello, Waking Soul. It's so good to see you. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, y'all coming me. Yay. I'm so excited. Thank you for being here. Oh my God. So for some of you guys, again, like feeling that energy of holding on. Like sometimes you also hold on too tight, right? And hey Zaria, that holding on too tight sometimes is again, it's a resistance. It's like it's counterproductive. It's not giving you the space or the fluidity that you need to be able to receive in the way that you desire. So the embrace card is here. And it's also there's a lot of this energy that's rooted in your heart, that's rooted in your heart space. And your heart is branching out, right? Your heart is branching out. So that's what I'm seeing. And also being mindful, like there's an energy of your desire to have community for a lot of you, especially with the earth signs. It's giving earth, but it's giving community, and it's giving creativity. So there's a burst of creativity. There's a burst of growth here. You also have a three energy. Some of you guys could be inviting new partnerships in, and that could be really scary for you. And I see that some of you guys could be a little bit resistance to the people that are coming in. So like if you've had certain people that come in and you're like, I'm not sure if this person's for me, there's that resistance. So there's a little bit of self-care that's needed here for you guys, like giving yourself the permission to care for yourself. So what that looks like for me, for those who've been following me for a while, you know that I've been MIA for a while, and I have been dealing with a very, very, very serious injury. How it came about, really don't know. But what I found was the more I started to self-soothe, literally in this area, like giving myself hugs, and I know it feels like kind of corny, but it's actually what my body needs. My body needed affection. I needed to be in a space of receiving affection. So now I kind of get into this position, and I just kind of lay my head here, and I just kind of rock, and I self-soothe, and I give myself that love and compassion that I need, because it helps me to regenerate that need for safety and affection, right? And what manifested in me, because I was resistant, like I was constantly on go, I was constantly doing, I was always feeling like I had to give back to others and not in a space to receive, right? Because I could not receive, I had tension here, tension in the trapezius and the traps, tension back here in the back, tension up here in the neck, so much that my disc had bulged out. So when I'm saying these things to you, I'm not just saying it from a place of, oh, I think I know it all. I'm experiencing it myself. I experienced it. This is what I did to help me heal, and to come back into a center, get back into a place where I could fully heal myself in a positive way. So when the energy gets stuck, that's how we, you know what I mean? Like when the energy gets stuck, it causes irritation. And a lot of times we don't even realize that's what we've been holding on to, right? And we look externally because we're like, well, how am I going to get this need met? Who's going to love on me? Who's going to hug on me? Who's going to, all of these things that we're feeling. And Spirit is saying, like, you really have the strength that you need in this moment, right? And it's funny because I want to say that like, the card here is garlic, which represents strength, but it's also antimicrobial and it's also antiviral. I am not a doctor, but it is one of those things. And when you're able to connect that with the honey, it creates a healing modality in your body to get rid of fungus. So, you know, things that are deep inside. Hey, Krista, thank you for resubscribing. I appreciate you. I'll be on this Saturday to finish up subscriber reading, so I hope you come back. So with that being said, you have a lot of possibilities here. Now, because this card is in resistance, right? Because the card is in resistance, I want to read the protection message for you, okay? The protective message for the earth signs for this particular card is it says, do you have trouble receiving? Oh my God. This is a brand new deck. I just want y'all to know that. When I say brand new, like I just got it like 2 weeks ago. And I haven't even explored all of the cards at all. I don't have to. I just talk to my decks. It says, do you have trouble receiving? You stop your flow of abundance when you continually insist upon being the giver. Thank you, angels and guides. You can't always lead. You can't always give. You can't always teach. You must be the student, the open vessel, and the one who receives the gifts, gestures, or offer is in equal measure. Open up and let love in. Let life in. Let abundance in. And spirit will fill you without demand or expectation. Like, do you know, like the weight of what they're saying, without demand? That means that I don't even have to demand it. It's just going to show up for me, right? How beautiful is that? How beautiful is it for me to be able to say, yes, I would like more, please. Yes, I would love that. Like one of the hardest things for me was to receive. It was one of the hardest things. And one of the most beautiful gifts I have had in this community was the outpouring of love from people who would reach out to me on a regular basis. How are you, Eve? How are you feeling? How is your healing going on? How is your mom? People who've sent me gifts and cards just to love on me. Whew, that was amazing. That is amazing. Friends who will come by and bring me food when I'm not feeling well. That's a gift. It's a beautiful gift. Hey, Kate. Hello, Lena. Welcome in. And all that I say. And I say all that to say is the moment you allow yourself to be in that space to receive, the moment it shows up, because it's always been there. It was never hiding from you. You were blocking it. And you didn't even know. You didn't know. So embrace the change. Embrace, be open to receive. Thank you for being here. I follow a couple of readers myself. I have a few that I really, really, really love watching. We are currently on Earth signs, by the way. I try to receive, but I know my stubbornness can block it out. And that's a really good healing point, right? Because it's not just enough to know that I have it, but not do anything about it. It's not enough, right? If I'm here on this planet to grow and evolve, is it not enough for me to make an adjustment? So asking yourself in a gentle way, without judgment, what are some ways that I can open up my heart space to receive? What is telling me that I'm not worthy of receiving? What underlying belief do I hold that says that I'm not good enough? What underlying experience has taught me or shaped me that I can't ask for help? That I can't receive help? Is it because when I was younger, someone made me feel like I couldn't? Is it because when I was an early mom, someone said to me this? Or when I was in the church, someone said, you better not do this? Or when I was in my soccer team, you know, they expected me to do this. And that's so not true. I want you to practice, Kate, and I'm not trying to encourage you to have a dirty house or anything like that, but I'm going to encourage you to not do for a little while. Meaning, instead of trying to make sure everything is perfect and everybody is perfect, I want you to practice not doing and practice just being. If you were my client, like if we were coaching together, that's exactly what I would start with. I would start with the whys behind, and then we would make adjustments. We would literally make a list of things that we could really say no to putting on our plate right now. And then we can identify that program and say, you know what, it's not for me. I can embrace this version of myself because I deserve to have the world without limitations. Like, who told me I had to be limited? Like, if I did this, in order to get this, I got to do this, right? You know how that big old thing on social media with the men versus the women, if she's not putting out, then I'm not buying her a top tier meal. Bye, Felicia. We don't live in that world. We don't live in that reality. That doesn't have to be our life. If I don't do this, I can't have it. No. Embrace this new opportunity for change. Allow yourself to be in that space of creativity. Create the world that you want. Create the world from your heart space. You have the strength and the power to do so. Just be in a space of receiving. Your protection message says, you can't always lead. You must be a student, one who receives a gifts or the gestures. Open up and let love in, abundance and spirit fill you without demand. Just receive the bounty that is yours. And I'm going to leave it right there. Who's next? We have, how would you go about healing? Well, it depends on each person. Each person's level of depth and what they're carrying is going to really change. It's going to shift, right? Me as a woman who I incarnated into the collectiveness of women, right? And I've already done air signs and I've already done earth signs. I have fire and water available. But because I incarnated as a woman, the experience that I have as a woman is going to be different. Yes, it will be on YouTube. The incarnation that I have as a man would be different as is each individual. The collective that I have from the United States perspective is going to be different. So my healing is going to look a little bit different from each person based on all of the incarnation that I have agreed to. What is it that I agreed to? And so if there are things in my lineage that I still continue to agree to, then it's up to me to release those things. And sometimes that's where we find those stored energies. That's where we find that resistance. This is why I can't receive, because, you know, back in the day, my parents were immigrants. And because my parents were immigrants, they had to work on these farms. And because they had to work on these farms, they were always working in order to have something. And so what's ingrained in me is that I have to go and go and go and go and do and do and do and do. So if I'm going and doing, when do I have time to sit my ass down? Because if I'm sitting my ass down, then I'm lazy. And if I'm not taking care of my kids, then I'm lazy. And so when I say that healing is layered, it is. And that's why I'm excited to be here. Because I understand that as a collective, we carry a collective weight, but as an individual, I also add to that collective weight with my own programming. And it's up to me to decide what I want to move out of my life. You understand? Like, as I decide, I don't want to carry the weight of wife, but I do carry the weight of spiritual partnership, which means that I'm not the person that's going to be up in your house cooking and cleaning and taking care of all of you and working in the kids and all. Yeah, that's not for me. But if it's for someone else, I'm not going to poop on that, because I understand that that's a consciousness that they agreed to. But any given moment, I can choose to make a different agreement. 4 agreements. It needs my agreement to be in my life. That's why we see certain things show up and we see other things not show up. So water signs, let's go. Remember, garlic and honey is blood. Hey, Empress NH, how are you? Monique, I'm glad it's resonating with you. I love how I broke it down. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. When I tell you that I am truly a student of learning, I am. And everything that I learn, I bring to the collective, because it's not for me. I don't just learn it for me. I learn it for us. I learn it to help me relieve anything so that my ascendants can have better choices. so that my ascendants aren't afraid to receive, that my daughters won't be afraid to have a man that knows how to treat them well, right? Because if that's what they've seen, then that's what they're going to expect. But on the contrast, if they've only seen a mom who's experienced abuse and always going and always doing, what kind of partners are they going to attract? In one of my favorite books, it says we literally will recreate the life that we had as children. And so if you want to know where some of your resistance is, then you have to go back and research what your foundation is. I'm a coach too, and what you're saying is the truth. Well, thank you, White Berry. I appreciate your affirmation. I appreciate your reflection. I appreciate it. We have some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful people on this planet that are here to really, truly, hold space for the collective. So for each person that is here as a healer, that's here as a reader, that's here as a teacher, whatever you subscribe to, whatever your conscious purpose is, I'm grateful for you. And for those who are just here to be, for those who don't believe, I'm also grateful for you, because each person on this planet matters, and each one of your energies matter, and each one of us needs each other, either for the resistance or for the antagonist, because it propels us into growth. And I'm truly excited for you. Oh, thank you. That makes my heart smile. That makes my heart, you make my heart smile. Hello, La Forza, thank you. I believe I found you on purpose today. I'm grateful for you. Thank you. You have helped bring out my glimmer. Aw, thank you, Miss Sue. Likewise. Likewise. It's not one-sided, Everything that you guys share with me energetically, I get a chance to experience that in my life as well. So I'm truly grateful for the oversoul of our beautiful water signs: Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. We have the Seven of Earth energies. I said that loud just in case Elle wanted to hear it, because Elle, that big Scorpio. It's actually giving quite abundant energy. I love this. The Seven of Oak energy is also that preparation energy. Hello, MJ. Welcome in. Welcome in, Cancer energy. There's an energy here of find your balance, especially in your romantic connections. Even if you're on the outskirts of a romantic connection, right? And I say on the outskirts, meaning like you haven't defined it yet. You haven't decided what it's going to be. You haven't really maybe you haven't even chosen a partner or attracted that partner. There's a level of balance. And so how do you want to attract your partner is by being in that give and take energy. Don't just be one-sided where oh no, he got to do everything for me. You have to be open, right? There's an energy of open, like even being an open book. Hey, Elle, I'm currently on water signs, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. There's really an energy because we're in this fall season. Hello, Nissan, welcome in. This energy of fall, and the acorns are they're showing up very strong. So let's take a look at that real quick. Your sevens are also an opportunity for you to, thank you so much. I'm so glad to be back, and thank you for holding space for me while I've been gone. I appreciate you guys. There's an energy of ancient trees. There's an energy of deep journey and initiation. So some of you guys could be initiating something new. Very grounded energy. Virgo energy is coming in heavily. So even though you're a water sign, if you have a top 3 of Virgo in your chart, there could be something very instrumental for you in this space. But mostly, taking time to recognize your ancestors. Make sure you recognize if you do altar work, you know, making sure that you're consistent with your altar work, because that's also coming up. Live by the rhythms of the earth. Work slowly and steady towards your goals. Plant for future generations. This is also a card of generational wealth or building. So in tradition, tarot, you will see the Seven of Pentacles with the guy holding like the hoe, I want to say, and it's to, you know, scoop up things that are coming in, and it's a card that reminds you of your wealth and abundance. Sevens are also about soul connection. So remember, like when we think about our soul connection, well, part of our soul connection is also the bloodline that we've dropped into. I just called on my ancestors today to know them and to hear them. It's so funny. Give yourself the space to do that. I actually have some, I don't know where you're from, but you know, maybe a spiritual shop that has like a book on ancestors, and really it's just about connecting, right? When you think about your ancestors, the ones that you know, you can start there. The ones that you talk to, ones that you had a really close relationship, some of them will be receptive, some of them won't, and that's just part of it. Part of the spirit world is not everybody wants to be in connection with you. And that's okay. Why? Because the Four Agreements say we don't take nothing personal. So it doesn't matter if you're on this planet or not. I ain't taking it personal. You don't want to work with me, somebody else will. Right? And also, when you create a space for them, making sure that there's all water is a very big thing. Water. Making sure that you have fresh and clean water. The water acts like a filtration system. Now, one of my favorite creators on here, her name is Claudia. I think it's Olivia's Art Studio. So if you look in my page, I don't follow a lot of people, but I do have a lot of people that are on there. Claudia is one of them, and she's a beautiful, beautiful teacher of how to do altar work. She does like sculptures. She does a lot. She works with these beautiful goddesses. So if you're needing help with that, find a practitioner that feels safe to you to kind of guide you into that kind of space. Okay. Also, your sevens are about insight. It's about the hidden inner knowledge that you have, and it's also about analysis. So you could also find yourself a lot in your head space, like trying to go through things, trying to pay attention to things. You can also be trying to like put all the details together. It's also about resentment and oppression. So if you feel oppressed in areas, this is a good way for you to like release that, especially when you're doing ancestor work, because there's a lot of oppressive behaviors that have like trickled down from the patriarchy systems that we've been a part of for our lifetimes. It's also important to like recognize, like if you're a woman, recognizing the weight of what women feel and have felt over time, so that you can also let that come to the surface and you can release that, right? So feeling like disempowered or not enough or not being paid enough, or whatever those deep-seated, deep-rooted programs that you hold, it's a really good time to like release, because that's what's showing up for you. Balancing, a lot of balance, especially again in your relationships. So when you're allowing yourself to balance in your relationships, it creates more harmony. Romantic, pre-romantic, soulmate, having balance is going to be key to maintaining those relationships, being in that yin and yang energy. Okay. And last but not least, you have the card, The Truth Be Told. And it's a freeing energy. It's a wisdom here that speaks to releasing based on facts, you know, like truth. What is truth? How do I release fear, right? Opening up my heart space, being more in that cognitive space, and also allow myself freedom, because fives represent freedom. They're also about fun. Fives are also about transformation. Sometimes people are afraid of fives because they're like, oh shit, something's gonna change, right? Well, part of that change is to allow you the space to experience something on the other side. So balance is here. Thank you guys so much for the gifts. Remember, my top gifter will get a mini read today. So thank you for everyone who is participating, actively speaking on the live. I'm super grateful. And those of you who are liking the live and who have shared the live, I'm so grateful. Owls bring in a level of knowledge, but more importantly, one of the key things about owls is that they can see in the dark. They have one of the best sights out of the bird kingdom in the dark. So it's a great card that recognizes shadow work. It's a card that recognizes like the freedom of the heart, right? It's also a space of clarity. So right now, shedding the mask that you might be wearing and stepping into a more authentic version of you, right? I say authentic version because you have multiple versions of yourself that are existing at the same time, according to the quantum world or the quantum text, right? And so if that is a belief that you hold, then that also means that I have access to the innate wisdom that is also existing in other realities that I may not necessarily recognize in this 3D space. So am I moving from that energy? Yes. Am I allowing the mask to shed? Yes. Why? Because that's where my prosperity is going to come from. That's where I'm able to honor my ancestors. That's where I'm able to free myself. And that's where I create that balance or neutrality in my life, right? The synchronicities are off the hook this rising. I'm grateful. So with that being said, the 14, your owl spirit and the 14 is also going to bring in a level of wisdom, you know, inner innate wisdom, ancient wisdom, having access, honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, the willingness to be transparent, clarity of communication. And what I really enjoy is like when I think about the clarity of communication, it means that I can speak from a place of authenticity. I ain't got to hide who I am. I ain't got to be the one in the back trying to pretend that I'm something that I'm not. I am comfortable in the space of being me as me. One of the hardest things that I ever had to do was tell my mom I was a reader who was an avid Christian. I grew up as a Christian. I grew up in the church. My parents were in the church. And I came out and told my mom about 2 years ago, I read tarot. I need to hurry up because I'm supposed to be off now. Hope I didn't miss anything. You missed a lot. I read tarot, and she instantly was nervous because of what she experienced in the church. It's a sin. It's this, it's that. But the more I show up as myself, I learned that my mama just accept me as I am. And those who don't accept the version of you who is really you, that's good for you. It means I get to shed that energy, right? Okay, I'll save the cards. Your message. There is the truth, which is the essence of a thing. And then there's a truth, subjective, according to philosophy and adherence of the believer. This is not the time for debate about which truth is truer. This is a time when you are called to proclaim your truth out loud and be willing to be transparent, honest, and open in your communications with others and with yourself. Nothing less than surrender to what is peeling off the layers of denial that have kept you tied to an illusion will set you free. And I love that. I love that. I love the aspect of being free from anything that holds me back. I made a video about how coming out of the spiritual closet is similar to coming out. I 100% agree because there's so much judgment, but we have to understand and take accountability that the judgment that we experience is also the judgment that we have felt for ourselves. Definitely hard to be, but the path of authenticity is beautiful. Is a beautiful disaster of epic proportion. I love this space. The space that I'm in, and it doesn't matter where I go. I'm me. It doesn't matter which role I'm in. As a mother, as a friend, as a sister, as a partner, as a soulmate, as a worker, as a colleague. I mean, people will come to me at work and ask me for me to look at their chart and tell them about themselves. Like, they enjoy that. And that was a part of me that I had hid for years, right? I've loved astrology for years, but now I'm realizing the more I show up, I give them permission to show up as them. And the cool thing about it is that the more you show up authentically, you give yourself the space to be you. You give people the space to be themselves, and you have the most purest relationship. Sometimes it's hard to admit that to ourselves. It is, Sue. It is. It's so much easier to blame somebody else. It's easier for me to blame my partner for heartaches. It's easier for me to blame my mother for the things I felt like I didn't get. It's easier for me to blame my father for not being there. But at the end of the day, all of those experiences helped me to grow and evolve into the human being that I am. What you see is what you get, and that's what it is. What you say yes to, you are saying no to the rest. Absolutely. That's beautiful. I love that. use it as a distraction to not look deeper. Exactly. And we must take accountability. Like, if you want to grow and evolve, the fastest way to grow and evolve is to be accountable for the things that you allow in your life. Right? Absolutely. I'm so loving this energy from you all. Thank you. Your prosperity message today says, are you willing to do whatever it takes to experience the prosperous life that you desire? Water signs, are you willing to do what it takes to experience the prosperous life you desire? If you want to be an artist, do you make your art a priority? If you want to be a healer, do you set the time aside to learn new things to help you serve? Because being a healer is about service. It's not about receiving. It's about giving. Yes, I might get paid for it, but ultimately it's giving. Being a reader is it's a service job. It's a service industry. It's never about what I can get back. That's the question that you've been getting. A writer must write. A singer must sing. Being true to your calling is essential to you moving forward. Being true to your calling. How be it that the universe is in alignment with what we're saying. Being true to your calling requires you to show up for it, right? There's another oracle message here too. It's time to have a look at the real, honest truth about your thoughts, your feelings, and beliefs about prosperity, about your relationship to money, to compensation, and the meaningful work. Ask yourself, what is true for me? And you will find the key to abundance. Last but not least, fire signs, let's go. I know I ran a little bit over. I said I was going to do better at that this time. So fire signs, for the oversoul of my fire signs, Leo, Aries, and Sag. Leo, Aries, and Sag. Leo, Aries, and Sag. Leos, Aries, and Sag. I will be back on Wednesday, same bat time, same bat channel. I'm going to get this fire message in. We got to release. It's something that we holding on to. We need to let go of, fire signs. Let's get it. It's a number 13. We just completed a 13th, Friday the 13th energy, which is a 4. It's about structure, growing, building up. We got a 10 of Earth, 10 of Pentacles here. There's something successful coming in with your release. As you let go of the old, you make room for the new, everything that you've imagined. I'm hearing that song by Her. It was everything that I imagined, right? Can you imagine? Can you imagine having everything that you imagine show up in your life? Like, that's a real thing. Yucca is here. Not sure if you guys are familiar with the yucca plant, but it's a very beneficial. My pleasure, Miss Jennifer. Thank you, Sohil Nigel, for being here. So grateful for it. Now, in the inverse, we have the round and around, which actually might be a really good space. It's a 25. It's a number 7. 7s for me mean lottery. So if some of you guys was thinking about playing the cha-ching ching, maybe it's definitely an influential card when it comes to abundance for me. Now, the round and around in reverse has a protective message that I will read in a little bit, but here is a time for you to release and shed layers, right? It's freeing yourself from anything that does not serve you. It's showing up in your light energy. It's showing up and giving you the space to heal those shadows, right? And the shadows are really beautiful, but you are not your skin. You are your light body, right? Your ethereal body, the being that you've always been through each lifetime to grow and evolve the collective as one fractal of source, right? So as you continue to evolve your soul, you actually play part of the great mystery in learning. So horsetail is your herb for the day, and 10s are about completions. They're about success. They're about the win. It's like the windfall. I've completed this level and I'm moving on to the next. And I really like that. It's like graduation day. So for the fire signs who have really been dealing with a lot and they're trying to understand like what's happening in my life, and someone's guides are really connecting with me right now because I can feel it. You should also be feeling it in the chest and in the arms because they're coming in very, very strong. But the energy here is it's about I've made it, right? I'm in this space of growth. Your 10s are about your successes and your completions. It didn't come in the reverse. It came in the upright. So it's your ancient magic, modern medicine. It's also finding the deep strength within. And that's so prevalent for me right now as I'm actually healing through a lot. And I feel so much better. Like to see my body, to see myself being able to heal me first and then share that medicine with other people is so pivotal in my life and so instrumental and influential in my life. So again, releasing the old, shedding the layers, finding strength and deep within. It says you are a safe and secure place. You are a well-established member of your community. Know your work and support your work supports and sustains others. Horsetail gathers nutrients and removes toxins from the area. Understand your connection to the greater purpose of life. Pause and connect often with all that you have given. Horsetail is a relative of over 400 million old plant. You come from ancestral giants, fire signs. You're coming from, this is a message for you guys. There's 37 people on this live right now. And of those 37 people, if you're standing up as a fire sign, sun, moon, or rising, you come from ancestral giants. You have big shoes. You have big plans. You have big purpose. You have big power. You have big zeal. You have big healing authority. You have big light. Use it. Let that light sweep over your entirety, the entirety of your being, the entirety of your world, the entirety of your community. All that you have experienced isn't to tear you down or to break you. Release anything that feels like sadness, anger, fear, frustration, and allow yourself to be in your true essence, in your light body, in your ethereal body. Understanding or comprehending that you are all that is and always will be. This is all everything that you experience has taken place before. And sometimes in order to be effective, you learn to grow small and multiply. Nourish an underground network. Mindfully gather from resources that are carried from generations. Horsetail is favored among the biodynamic gardeners as a natural fertilizer. The future can build on the strengths of the past. Can you see yourself standing on the arms of your ancestors? Can you see yourself standing on the shoulders of your ancestors as they build you up and allow you in this moment of time to heal and project positivity into the future bloodlines? Can you see that for yourself? Can you release patterns of lack and scarcity? Can you release patterns of unworthiness and jealousy and anger? Can you release patterns of selfishness? Can you build up strength of boundaries and peacefulness and assertiveness? Can you say yes to what you want to say yes to and no to what you want to say no to in the most positive way? Round and round is a number 25. It breaks down to your number 7, which is your inner being, your inner knowing. It's your insight. It is an opportunity for you to detach from anything that does not serve you and to accept all that is for you in this moment. Your 25 says, hey.
I have missed it because I was trying to add money.
Oh. Hold on. It went upside down. This is a very unique deck. 23, 24, 25. Okay. So your protection message here. Are you refusing to see your own personal responsibility for repeating lessons that you didn't relearn? You have to surrender now to the fact that you are the common denominator in all of the repeat performances. Be happy, for this is a wonderful spot to be in, and you can now see the cycles that you wish to exit. Yesterday, while I was doing work with my sisters, I was literally releasing a pattern that I had in regards to thinking, an old way of thinking that it had to attracting my new partners in my life with old mindset, meaning I was saying to them, I love to attract partners that have good relationships with my children. As a mom, sometimes it's not always easy to decipher who's going to be a good match, because you want to essentially create balance and peace in your romantic connections. And you don't want to attract a partner that has discord with the children that you have, right? And so it was in that space that I was giving myself the grace to release that old pattern of, this is what it has to be, right? That it has to be this way, that I can only experience it this way, and that in order for me to have a good relationship, I have to take a lesser quality person, or that this person's not going to love my kids, or my kids are not going to love them. And I was able to walk away with so many beautiful gems. Like, first off, expressing the fact that I as a woman have needs. Before I'm a mother, I'm a woman. Before I was a wife, I was a woman. And that woman has woman needs. And those woman needs are something that I need to experience in this moment, right? And what do those needs look like? And being able to communicate that in a way that is very beneficial for the whole, right? It doesn't take away from the fact that you have needs as the child. However, as the parent, I also have needs too. Needs to myself, needs to heal myself, needs to give myself peace, need times to be alone with myself. And so it's being in that space where I can recognize those old patterns and say, I don't want that. I think I choose something different, because it's always my choice. Every pattern that I repeat is my choice. Hello, Amber. Every pattern that I repeat, whether conscious or unconscious, is still my choice. It's all me. And if there's something that I don't like, if I don't want to have that experience again, then I must make the adjustment. I can't depend on my partner, my kids, my job to make the adjustment. I make the adjustment. Thank you, love. I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad to see your beautiful face on here, your beautiful energy. It says, be happy, for this is a wonderful spot to be in, because you can now see the cycles that you wish to exit. Once you figure out that you have the power to stop going round and round, you possess the key to your own freedom. Be good to yourself. It's not about the blame or accountability. You can have an abundant life filled with love and prosperity that Spirit wants for you. And I'm saying that because the 10 of Pentacles is here. It's a card of success, happy family, right? That card traditionally is the family unit, and you see the success in that space. Hey, Jessie May, right? So here you see all of the lush garden, all of the green and beautiful heart space. It's a beautiful energy. And what does it call? For release. So all of the messages here have been so wonderful today, and I'm truly grateful. I'm going to post this on our YouTube channel, my YT. The link is in my bio. It'll go up today, by the end of today, and then I will post it for you all to review, so that if you've missed any portion of the readings, then you can have that. And I'm going to do my top reader, my top gifter in this moment. So for everybody who has contributed today with your energy, I am super duper grateful for you. Thank you so much. Remember, Mondays and Wednesdays from 5:30 to 6:30. I'm a little bit over today. I'm just kind of getting back into the swing of things, but we here, we back, we doing it. Don't forget, I will be doing the second part of my subscriber reading. So if you are a subscriber and you have not gotten your reading last weekend, you can get your reading this weekend. I love you guys so much. Thank you. Empress, you followed me on Facebook, didn't you? Have a blessed day, Miss Sue. I'm going to do the top reader, so let me get my top person. And that is Miss Nita Bell. Thank you, Nita Bell. Thank you, Nita Bell. Love you. Oh, thank you so much. Come on, Nita Bell. Let's get it, darling. I'm going to get you a card from a different deck. Okay, good. I'm going to add you to the group that we talked about on Saturday, which is the Village. Hey, you good?
Ask me for my ID.
Who? The same guy?
Yeah, you've seen me before. It's new, though.
Oh, he's a new guy.
He usually, with the other dude that he talking about, so he didn't believe me when I told him my age.
It's okay. That's okay. Don't get upset about it. Yeah, don't take it personal. Y'all, that's Elle. Big Scorpio. She big Scorpion. Come on, Nita. Thank you, Holy Spirit, angels, and guides for the oversoul of our beautiful, beautiful Nita. What is the message that is needed most for her in this moment? What is the message that is needed most for her in this moment? There's a lot of star energy around you. Yes, I can check for you. It doesn't show as it doesn't show you on here, Peace. She went outside in the garage. She's so funny. She in her little feels. Yeah, it doesn't show. But you still have time. I'll just see you on Saturday. You got time. Who is that? The key. Oh, it just showed up. Thank you so much for resubscribing. Okay, so we have the emotional desert. It's in reverse. It's an 11. Breaks down to a number 2, which can be partnerships or love. Ones are also about beginnings. If we look at the 11 energy or the spirit of 11 or the spirit of 1, the 1 is about the newness, the beginning. But in the reverse, this card, emotional desert, talks about you coming out of a place of scarcity when it comes to your emotions. This is a really good time for you to really get connected to your emotions. It's a space of vulnerability. You may have felt like very guarded, very arid with your energy, very tight. And this is a time for you to recognize that you can have access to a space being more vulnerable, right? What I love about this card is it's a space of discipline. It's a space of this, with the sun energy, growth, a time of growth, right? Abundance. And also with this particular space, the sands also offer an aspect of magic or intelligence that you can tap into. Jennifer said, hey, Elle. Hey, loving me more. It's good to see you. So your card here in the reverse is also about isolation. So you could have been a little bit in a hermit energy, but I feel like you're coming out of that. In the reverse, it heralds a time of significant energy and productivity. The water in the oasis is raining from the sky, meaning you're getting an abundance of emotions. It's time for those emotions to really start to show up for you in a sense. Like, okay, I can release things. You know what I mean? Like if I've been holding on to something, maybe grief or anger or frustration, I'm in a space where I can let go and release those emotions. Also, like I said, the sun showing up gives the energy of growth. It can feel very much like a summertime that you might start to experience like a lot of prosperity in your life. Like you can see or feel a shift of finances, a shift in romantic connections, or even friendships. Like those relationships start to grow and blossom. I remember when I first met one of my dear soulmates, and we met at a retreat probably about 3 years before we really became as close as we are. And so the cultivation of that relationship grew into something, blossomed to something so powerful and epic that you would have never really expected that from the first inkling, right? So this is a time for you to really expand in that space and in that energy, right? And I do see that you're probably teeter-tottering around a lot of like emotional stability, like 1 minute up, 1 minute down, right? You know, kind of going back in between spaces. Like you might have a memory that pulls you back into a space of where, but it's giving you a second look. It's just giving you the space to really experience it again, but look at it with a new set of eyes, right? So sometimes like we will look at things from our adult mind and it makes a lot of sense. But what we need to do is recognize it from our child mind, right? Because that's where the injury occurred. And so if I'm looking at it from the perspective of a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old, what does that really look like? It's going to show up a little bit different, right? So this card also says the water is an oasis raining down from the sky, bringing inspiration, wisdom, and other valuable resources. So if you found yourself lost in the desert of uncertainty, rest assured that things are about to change. You may have to take some action to reestablish old connections and goals. Consider the projects that call on your heart, the things that make your heart smile. I want to say, if it doesn't make your heart smile, do you really want it? You want to be in alignment and in agreement with the things that are purposed for your soul. This card is telling you to take it a step further, take a step forward, and your energy will begin flowing again. So if there's an energy of feeling like stagnancy or anything like that, it's an opportunity for you to really get more fluid, more free flowing. Your affirmation: I am a vital force in the universe. I am a vital force in the universe. I have the power to create great value in my life and in my world. And that's it. Ooh, thank you so much for your energy today, guys. Sending you all healing energy, and I am receiving healing energy in this space. I am truly grateful for you, and I will see you all on Wednesday, 5:30 to 6:30. I'm a little bit late today. Hey, Miss Gwyneth, it's so good to see you guys. I will see you all again on Wednesday, okay? So Mondays and Wednesdays, 5:30 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. CST. Thank you, White Bear Reiki. I appreciate you, and you have a good day too. Thank you for your gifts, guys. I truly appreciate it. Much love.